Okay then, Helldivers, we are back and we've got loads to go through today as the major order continues. We have 3 days remaining on it, and to be fair, it's nearly finished. So we've got a lot to break down with regards to that one and the do's and don'ts when it comes to liberating planets, as well as it appears that they have found their second game master. Who it is, what's going to happen, we'll have to wait and see, but it looks very interesting. Twinbeard's taken to Discord, as well as some weird messages from B Vitamin that we may need to decipher, and Reddit is popping off with regards to the Gambit narrative that we need to take a look into, because I think there's a lot of confusion for people with regards to what Gambit is and how it works. So we're going to take a look at that as well. Now, if you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. And make sure you check out our sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can buy your video games cheaper for PC and for consoles. They have the best deals, offers, promotions and discounts, running up to 70% off. They've got brand new games and they have pre-orders. It's an absolute no-brainer. Click the link in the description and get your games a little cheaper today. Now, with that being said, let's see what's happening inside of the game right now. Taking a look at the Galactic War table, and we can see quite a lot. We have got 4 defense operation campaigns to finish off this major order with 3 days remaining, and it appears that we already have 2 just sitting over here with Esker and also Boar Rock. Now, obviously, these are looking pretty ship-shapey with a decent amount looking on both, although Boar Rock seems to be the primary movement. As to why Esker hasn't been sort of moved onto, it's obviously down to preference of the terrain. But we had a few issues yesterday with regards to what planets could be taken, as a lot of people left Errata Prime to head to Heath. Now, there is a massive one about this, and we're going to talk about it later on, but the Gambit campaign would have worked a little bit better taking Errata Prime, closing off this planet and this planet, so we wouldn't have had to have deal with this one really at all, but we're stuck with what we've got now. For now, I reckon Boar Rock is probably the easiest movement to make. We are at a decent level with this one, and with 7 hours remaining, we can probably close this one off quite easily, although Esker is looking to be quite a big fail in the overall. By this point, we will have around 5 defense campaigns completed out of the 8, and we'll have to see exactly what happens to the rest of the Terminid sector as to how it is that this one actually plays out. But as of right now, it's looking pretty comfortable that we'll get this one completed in the next 3 days. And for those of you guys who are wondering what your personal order is, it's to kill 200 enemies using the machine gun. So go forth, take out that machine gun stratagem and get going. And for those of you guys who really want to know, really quickly, we've got the Jaguar and the Gorilla as the main superstore armor sets. Very good, very nice. But let's get into the news inside of Arrowhead and all around Helldivers. And first off, it appears that they have actually got their second game master. There was a job advert up, as you can see on the arrowheadgamestudios.com/jobs. There is a lot of things in there, including senior system designer, senior game designer, back-end engineer, so much more. And the game master job role was up there, although now it doesn't exist. The job has obviously been taken, the job role has been taken down, so we can see that it is pretty damn clear the Game Master number 2 that assists Joel has now been decided as to who this is and when they're going to announce who it is, or even if they will announce who it is. I think that will probably be the funniest thing, but they may just keep this one quiet and move forward. We'll have to wait and see. But if Joel's going to get this much exposure, then my oh my, we want a Greg in there as well. Hashtag Greg, mother truckers. Let's see what it is that's happening here, as Twinbeard has been speaking about loadouts just over the last few days, as somebody was asking about whether loadouts are going to be making their way into the game anytime soon. And his response was actually very, very interesting. It states, previously the reply to safe loadouts was no, then it turned to a we might. Then Pylon, also known as Johan Peterstedt, responded to a few queries about it here and Reddit. If memory serves me right, it is considered to be decided. The message back then was primarily that we wanted to encourage players to use as much equipment as possible instead of using a small selection of favorites. With the latest successful patches, however, the utilization of equipment has become a lot more varied again. So I would like to think that risk has gone down significantly. Now, loadouts for me obviously would be pretty damn cool. I utilize certain weapons, certain stratagems, certain usages and supports when it comes to certain game types. And I think a lot of you guys genuinely run down that same narrative as well. So I think that actually having those loadouts would be very useful, although the only time it would become a little bit deterrent is, and I speak for the minority of people, when new weapons and stuff come out, you may use those new weapons, but you may not quite interpret them into your current loadouts. Therefore, you will just end up still using the same things. I don't think this game really needs a loadout mechanic. I don't personally understand why you would want one in this sort of game. There is a lot of things that you can do, and there's a lot of things that you can use. Yes, a loadout may well be nice, but I think for the most part, as Helldivers, we all have a brain, and we can remember certain things that we want to use. There's so many viable actions now. Why would you limit yourself to just the one? And moving into what B Vitamin has been speaking about, people have been nattering inside of the Discord with regards to the DSS construction, as it is taking its sweet merry time. And B Vitamin has obviously been reading this. Some people were stating that it would not surprise me if they made this gamble before outright having to announce that it's going to be delayed. And B Vitamin stated, what makes you think that it's not all still on schedule? Which is a very, very good question indeed. I think that the DSS is genuinely just a very long campaign move through when it comes to the storyline, as unfortunate as that is, because yes, I want it right now as well. It is definitely looking to be one of those things. And people have been stating that Joel is making certain MOs harder so that we can't complete them to move the story narrative down a certain way. Now, B Vitamin has clarified that that is not the case. Some might be easier, some might be harder, but all of them are intended to be completable. There has been times when Joel has had to improvise because the MO didn't go the way he thought it might at first. But as an overall, they are apparently all designed for us to be able to complete. We just have to utilize our Helldiver brains. And this is where things get a little bit confusing, because there are some mechanics inside of the game that a lot of people just are not aware of. This one right here is a Reddit post that people stated, why did everyone just leave Errata Prime for Heath when the planet was already at 50% liberated, and capturing it would have ended both Heath and Boar Rock? And this is a very difficult one. The main reason for that is because actually majority of the player base don't really know about the Gambit mechanic. The MO says to defend, so that's exactly what they do. They jump on and defend those planets. Now obviously there is a Gambit campaign that will state that during a usage of this, if you can close off supply lines, then you will close off numerous planets. So eradicating Errata Prime would have shut down Heath as well, therefore making it a little easier for the close down. Although unfortunately it's not something that is known inside of the game. So what do we recommend? This right here, it states, come on you apes, don't you want to live forever? And there is a tactical objective for the defense Gambit. The liberation of Errata Prime will abruptly end the enemy campaigns on Boar Rock and Heath. Now this received 3.2 thousand upvotes. And this is also in the Helldivers 2 companion.com, which you can see the map, and then it obviously gives you your overall major orders, the news, superstore, so much more, and it gives you those awesome breakdowns for the defense campaigns where you can actually take a look at what it is that we should be doing and good moves to make for the major order. Now people want this inside of the game, not just on a companion app or companion website, although this is never going to make its way in. I don't know how they can implement the Gambit mechanic and how they can actually utilize it and tell people without essentially just eradicating planets completely and giving us the offensive. I don't really know, but this is something which does definitely need to be explained, at least in game. There are a massive amount of players that don't go on the internet with regards to Reddit or Discord or any of the above. They are more than happy literally just turning on their console or their PC, playing their game, coming off after a few hours, and then leaving it for the next day or even in a couple of days' time. They don't actually interact with the community with regards to Reddit and Discord, and I don't think that that should be something that you have to do. I don't understand why this has become such a big key feature, and they need to start putting this stuff in the game. If these are mechanics inside of the game, why are they not in the game? That's my biggest question, and I want you guys to let me know your opinions in the comment section below as to how they should implement letting people know about the Gambit mechanic. But we're going to take a look at your top comments today. And as always, if you guys want to have your comment read out and showcased in the next video, then get down to the comment section and let people know your opinions. You never know, people may well agree with you and you may feature on the next video. But this one right here states, imagine working on this game, designing everything from your imagination, making it your own, and one day someone comes into your office and says, hey, we need you to make Yoda. Yeah, they were talking about game collaborations and crossovers, and this is something that the community are pretty stern on, actually. A lot of people don't want to see it, and I really commend that. I think that that is a huge thing. I think that I would much rather have new content and Helldivers specific stuff than have some stuff coming in from maybe Star Wars or other games. I think it would be a cool consensus if they did it correctly, but it is very difficult to do that correctly. Let me know your opinions in the comment section below. This next one right here states, I've said it once, but I'll say it again, Space Marine is a good game, but Helldivers 2 and that replay value is unmatched. Now, I don't know why this was something that was in the comment section. We didn't mention Space Marine 2, I don't think. And he is right, though. Space Marine 2 is an incredible game, although the replayability and the value that Helldivers brings is definitely in there. I mean, it's a part of the Golden Joystick Awards in the top ultimate Game of the Year award for a reason. Let's be real. And this third comment right here states, Mech self-destruct would be epic. Just use a quick key combo, console L1, R1 at the same time, add a voice line from your Helldiver to yell something to the equivalent of My Life for Super Earth, or the mech AI says system detonation, a quick 2 seconds and then an explosion of sweet liberty. I like the consensus of it. I don't think that that really is the way to do it. I think that actually having a bigger key combo would probably be a little bit more important, keeping it along the generic narrative of the up, down, left, right arrows, and then having probably a little longer than 2 seconds to be able to actually get away, but a 5-second detonation would be pretty damn cool. Yeah, I'm all up for the mech self-destruct. Run it up, baby. Run it up. Now, unfortunately, that's all we got time for today. Thank you so much again for all of your support on these videos. Helldivers, you are absolutely amazing. But as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.